Good afternoon, Patriot pals. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day and God bless you. Let's get into the news. President Trump on Truth Social essentially predicted his indictment or an indictment leveled against him in the near future. Essentially, they want to stop the man. He reversed U.S. foreign policy with the Doha Agreement. Brought Americans home. Biden reluctantly abided by the agreement that Trump negotiated. It was a May 1, 2021 withdrawal. But you had Trump, who doesn't revere sacred cows. He would not have worshipped the alliance in Europe. And speaking in a verbose, long-winded manner like I usually do for a reason. He would have negotiated and tried to find some kind of peace deal, some kind of negotiated settlement to circumvent the absolute atrocities and humanitarian nightmare that's taking place in Europe and invasion under Biden's watch. UFOs and spy balloons and 4 aircrafts today over the skies of Alaska. A spy balloon traversing the entire United States of America. Aid never happened under Trump again. This is a fact that it never happened under Trump. You can't make a claim based on an anonymous source. You can't make a claim stating, oh, well, it happened but nobody knew. That's how bad Trump was. Okay, there is zero evidence other than anonymous sources or senior U.S. officials say, okay, Rolling Stone had an article today. And they always do this, like, oh, officials close to their campaign say, Trump says the Rolling Stone article is very interesting. These are they trying to make. That's a whole other story of trying to make Trump into this madman when he actually wants capital punishment for the worst, most despicable criminals on the face of the planet who have committed the most heinous atrocities you could ever think of. And so Rolling Stone has done this, like the series of articles on Trump. He wants to end these people's lives. These are this cap he wants. Trump wants capital punishment for the worst criminals known to mankind. Okay, so anyway, that's another CISO. So he goes into True Social. He talks about how they're going to go after him because he's leading in the polls. And they're just gonna go and probably indict him, doing great in poll numbers, leading all Republicans by a lot, also leading Biden by a very wide margin, which means that our weaponized Injustice Department, local tush and attorney generals will step up. They're illegal, unprecedented attacks. And then he goes on to talk about how they're doing it just to allow mashed potato brains or DeSantis. And I like to stand this, but this is not his year. They're doing it to make Trump not a viable candidate. But here's why it's a moral imperative to have voted for Trump. Okay. Trump would not have simply allowed the invasion of Europe to take place. He would have tried his best. He stated that it didn't happen under his watch. And he would have done his best to try for a negotiated settlement. Okay, if there's a morally superior, highly educated, liberal, democratic watching, and God bless you, God bless him, left, right, center. If you're a communist socialist, whenever you're watching the channel, God bless you. And then this is some big news, with everything going on in the world right now. And with last week, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez telling us that the Hunter Biden laptop story or the B crime family corruption is just a half-fake news story that shouldn't really be the focus with everything going on. And as leftists continue to lecture us on the lack of priorities within the political world, left joins on Twitter are showing us exactly what they mean by political priorities, as China is blatantly disrespecting American and Canadian airspace, taunting Joe Biden on the world stage as it seems we're on the brink of World War III. And now we're seeing train derailments across the nation. Left droids are focused on a picture of Kari Lake. Yep, you got it. Those are definitely the people who got their priorities straight. These absolute clowns are throwing a hissy fit on Twitter because Kari Lake frankly did the right thing and refused to stand during the quote, Black national anthem, in other words, not a national anthem. And so we got to talk about this, a fake outrage. We got to debunk this nonsense and of course absolutely obliterate the leftist narrative. We got some stuff to get into. So let's roll the tape. Alright, folks. Take a look at this from Fox News. Photo goes viral of Kari Lake refusing to stand during Black national anthem for Super Bowl. A photo of former Arizona Republican gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake attending the Super Bowl has gone viral. But for reasons you might not expect, the former news anchor turned GOP firebrand was seen sitting during the controversial playing of the Black national anthem ahead of the game, which took place on Sunday at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. And here's the viral photo, which is seemingly causing left brains to explode. Lefroy dimwits are chiming in on Twitter. She's a terrible, evil, despicable racist, is what they're telling you. Essentially, the argument that I'm seeing on Twitter is that Carrie likes sitting down during the quote Black National Anthem, which is just a song, it's really not a national anthem. Her sitting down means that she doesn't like black people, of course, the exact same dishonest leftist tactics. What do you mean you don't support Black Lives Matter? You must hate black people. You must think that black lives don't matter, of course, that couldn't be further from the truth, Carrie Laker. Then it clarifies. I am against a black national anthem for the same reason I am against a white national anthem, a gay national anthem, a straight national anthem, a Jewish national anthem, a Christian national anthem, and so on. Like told Fox News Digital in a statement on Monday, we are one nation under God. Francis Scott's key words ring true for every single American citizen regardless of the color of their skin. James Weldon Johnson's Lift Your Voice is a beautiful song, but it is not our national anthem, she continued. Doesn't exactly see. She also retweeted the statement from Zeke Arkham, which writes, my quote, Black National Anthem is the same anthem I've been singing since I was a child, the same one children of all races have been singing by national anthem, never needed a color. Do they want racism to die? Or do they want to keep finding ways to divide us all? Beautifully said. And I think Carrie Lake, of course, was totally justified in her refusal to stand. There's only one national anthem, and it's an anthem for all Americans. It's inherently inclusive. The same left boys who are going on and on about inclusiveness always seem to be the most divisive, promoting nonsense like this. You know, if there's a black national anthem, why is there not a Jewish national anthem, an Asian national anthem, a Muslim national anthem? Okay, Pride national anthem, we should have them all. I mean, theoretically, if you're being inclusive now, the best way to be inclusive is to stand up and respect the one banner and the one national anthem that encompasses all of it. Anything else is divisive. Anything else is part of some sort of plot to continue to divide Americans. And good on Carrie Lake for refusing to stand up to woke, divisive tactics, you know, on issues like this. There's one clip that always seems to come to mind. It's actually a clip of Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people make fun of Floyd Mayweather as not being the sharpest tool in the shed. But he was certainly sharp on this take. Everyone listen to this. Not only are you African American, you're African American and female in a town where that is that those are tough cards to draw. I mean, why don't we constantly call each other African Americans? I never when we go out there and we go out there, and go on the front line and fight the war. We Americans. When we go into Olympic Games, we Americans, but now when we come home, we African Americans, you know, I don't understand. We are Americans, we built this land. Breaks. Absolutely rigidly black American. But we Americans that we built this land. A lot of time we said we African American, and a lot of us in this country don't know none about Africa. I mean, I've never seen analysts compete against, you know, when the Europeans come to America, we don't call them European Americans. Okay folks, and it seems to me as though that's the most logical take. I mean, you could recognize history. Sure, there could be different cultures and different songs that represent different cultures. But at the end of the day, a thriving nation and of course, a thriving melting pot has to unite under common core values and culture under one banner, not to mention Carrie Lake can do whatever she wants. If Colin Kaepernick can kneel during the national anthem, the real national anthem, then Carrie Lake can sit during a fake national anthem. I'll just highlight that little moment of hypocrisy and move on from there. In fact, it's all a bunch of fake nonsense. Even the black national anthem is exactly that, it's empty virtue signaling nonsense. You know, there's real problems that the black community faces, there's real dilemmas. The idea that singing a particular song during a sporting event is going to magically make people's lives better is a complete joke. It's empty white guilt, white savior, corporate public relations, propaganda garbage that does absolutely nothing for nobody. I mean, if I was black, and I was looking to right the wrongs of history, looking for more economic opportunity, safer environments, better infrastructure for my people, I would frankly view something like this as insulting. Well, you're gonna get none of the policy changes that you want, none of the actual concrete changes to make your life better. What you will get, however, is a fake national anthem sung at the Super Bowl. I mean, what a friggin' slap in the face. Thank you very much. WWG1WGA. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button to watch the next episode. Goodbye.